Here is my setup that I'm trading today. Actually, I'm trading parts of the 25K portfolio right now. Actually, this is the E-mini S&P and the NQ signal. Short the E-mini S&P, long the NQ. It's kind of spread, and so it's working pretty well since the ES is weaker than the NQ. You see plus 2250 on this ES trade and plus 2000 on the NQ. And so what I'm looking at is there's a 16-point profit target on the ES at 2654.50 down here. And the stop loss on Cobra 3 is 2504. 25. Let's see, it got in at 65.35, so the stop loss is 30 points. So 65.05.25 is where the stop loss is. And so if Cobra 3 NQ gets stopped out before E-mini S&P SR counter trend 2 hits its profit target, I'm going to go ahead and exit this trade. It's going to be a manual. I guess I'm going to manually override that. I don't want the Cobra 3 to get the long to get stopped out, and then the ES not to hit its profit target, and then for it to turn around and it gets stopped out. I don't want both. It's a profitable spread right now of about $4,000 almost. And if NQ gets stopped out, then ES may hit its profit target. Same thing with ES. But if ES hits its profit target, I'm still going to stay long Cobra 3 NQ because it will be close to getting stopped out, and so the risk will not be the same. So I don't have to exit if ES hits its profit target before NQ gets stopped out. So that's one way to discretionary trade when you're in a setup like this. You don't want, if you're spread long NQ, short ES, you don't want to you don't want to get stopped out on the long and then it reverse and stop out on the short. And so um, that's how I manually override trade sometimes, and your results may end up being worse in the short term because if it continues on and hits its profit target, then you didn't make as much that day, but your risk that day is much greater if you get stopped out on this, and then it turns around and stops you out on that. And so just a little bit of experience behind that. That's happened before, and I don't want that to happen. And so I want to maintain this profitable spread position. So that's one way to discretionary trade a setup like this when you're trading a 25K portfolio or any portfolio in general.